Pues no más.
Ya te desgraciatis, yo estupefarás. ¿Por qué te tatuatis?
Pues no más.
¿Por qué te pintatis?
Pues no más.
¿Por qué te rayatis?
Pues no más.
Ya te desgraciatis, yo estupefarás.
Oigan, pues ¿quién será este cantante y tan perro con esta voz tan perrononona? Ay, Don Cheto, pues...
What did you do? Let you go.
Why she was your type? I'm hitting all kinds of pussy. You the type that hang with niggas you don't like.
I just got a Gucci game medal though. Then I got some homies down with Federal. Look at my two-tone protect. I smash a hole then forget. I got a fridge on my neck. I'm smoking gas on the jet. Ooh, I just let it flex. Blew that 2 million at Tootsies. Ooh, I made your auntie a groupie. And you know my life a movie. Ooh, I got sticks like Call of Duty. Only way to sign is skid it. Ooh, hopping out the rave for skid it. Smashing on that bitch and skid it. Ooh, run to the chair with no limit. Popping on X, popping on X, popping on X. Jills. Got a new car, got a new bitch, and I got a new deal. Ooh, only way to sign is skid it. Hopping out the rave for skid it. Ooh, smashing on that bitch and skid it. Run to the chair with no limit. Popping on X, popping on X, popping on X pills.
哎，以前我什么都买不起，但现在根本就不觉得贵。睁大了眼睛看清楚衣服的 logo 上有2个 say Chanel 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 Chanel。以前我什么都买不起，但现在根本就不觉得贵。睁大了眼睛看清楚衣服的 logo 上有2个 say Chanel 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 Chanel。一身名牌从上到下，开跑车刚回到家，0到100公里。
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm your host, the man sitting in the middle, Ernie Johnson, with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Well, what a treat. The NBA postseason begins. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Golden State Warriors at their home, Oracle Arena. Well, for the Warriors, after finishing the season with the second-best record in the West, they enter this series as the heavy favorites, looking to make a statement here in Game 1. And this is it, Shaq. 16 teams left, start of the NBA playoffs. What do the higher seeds need to do to avoid an upset?
Well, it reminds me of Kenny's Ferrari. You want everything to be running right.
Yep.
Efficiency, don't give anything away.
I agree. It does.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Round 1 in the Western Conference begins. The Spurs have heard the doubters. As the 7th seed, they face a daunting battle ahead. Will they be able to dictate the first chapter of this?
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with us, basketball expert and former late-night comedy writer. If people don't know this, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, as soon as I left, Kimmel's show took off, so I think I was the reason.
You built the foundation for it, let's be honest.
I was there for the early years.
You said it was a very influential time in your life, a very good thing for you to do.
Oh, it was fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned how to not get my jokes on the air, and I learned a lot about humility.
It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for San Antonio, DeRozan and Gay, the wing. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. And it's Murray in at the point. Pass to Aldridge. Kicks it to Gay. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Gay's got the first 3 points tonight for the Spurs. You know, you look at the roster of the Golden State Warriors, in terms of talent level, Bill, where do you think they rank all time? Because they've put now 3 championships together in 4 seasons.
Yeah, it's a tough question because, you know, the Russell Celtics in the 60s, I think had the most talent, but you only also had like 8, 9, 10 teams in the league during those years. But they had teams where there was like 7 or 8 Hall of Famers. The Warriors weren't deep like that. But for what they've done in this era, I think to have, you know, 2 transcendent guys in the same team combined with 2 other guys who are in the top 20, so you have that. And then you have Curry, Thompson, and Durant, I think are probably 3 of maybe the best 8 shooters ever, or 9 shooters, whatever. So you have that over
Big
there.
Statement, yes.
And then to do this in a 30-team league is basically impossible. So if you're comparing them like the 80s Celtics and the 80s Lakers, those teams probably had similar talent, but it was also a smaller league. And if you had a 30-team league in 1985, Kevin McHale's not on the Celtics. He's probably on one of the expansion teams.
Starting 4 All-Stars, the Warriors did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm not sure we see this again.
I agree.
When a player is in his range, as soon as he steps across the half-court line, that's almost impossible to check. Welcome, Mr. Curry, to the 3-party.
Durant dishes to Cousins. Back to Durant. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Durant's got his first bucket in this one. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offers scholarships in esports. I did not know this. And that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense, too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on. Come on.
Let's move it. They cannot get enough of these games.
No. We should have, every college should have esports.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. Pass to Aldridge. Shoots over Curry. Hits the front of the rim and out.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
Another 3 for Golden State.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
Murray kicks to Gasol. The pass to DeRozan. The feed to Aldridge. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Here's Curry. He's got 6. Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it turns out,
they embraced the
Yeah, I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they want to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
Will it go? And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Warriors leading by 12. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Aldridge. The Spurs have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Draymond Green, everything he brings to the table, his defense, his charisma, his offensive game, a great passing game. Is there a player you'd compare him to?
Well, I have a soft spot for Draymond because we did the courtside show for HBO, the behind-the-scenes finals thing.
Yes.
And he had some of the most unbelievable stuff that we couldn't keep in the show.
No kidding.
Draymond is one of a kind because he's basically a center, but the only other center who's really succeeded at his size was Wes Unseld a million years ago. He's a stretch 5 who doesn't really shoot threes that well, but tends to make them when he absolutely has to.
Steve does not want him taking threes.
No.
Not at all.
But when he actually takes them in a big spot, a lot of times they go in.
No. Okay,
yeah, he's a great no-no-yes guy.
Yeah.
I think he brings all their alpha. I don't think Durant and Curry are the traditional alphas, and I think he's kind of the bulldog and the let's go guy.
And you need that on a good team, don't you?
And the best thing with him is when he's playing well, they're unstoppable. When he has it, and there's nights, I thought during the 25-game winning streak to start the 16 season, I thought he was incredible. And the intensity that he played with every night was really inspiring.
Triple doubles and
oh my God,
every category.
Taking on crowds and just, I just love that guy.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Gasol. Bellinelli comes in for Rudy Gay. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. Spurs working the ball around now. And he gets the bucket. Ginobili's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Screen by Cousins. Curry. And the jam by Steph Curry.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Ginobili kicks to Mills. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. San Antonio shooting their first foul shots of the night here. First one falls for him. Some changes for Golden State. Jordan Bell's checked in for Draymond Green. Patrick McCaw comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. The Spurs also with the sub. Berton is checked in. There's the pick. Here's Livingston. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
What's extraordinary to me is Sean Livingston nearly didn't have an NBA career because of that horrific injury. But how about the ability to overcome that and be a key part of a team? Truly extraordinary.
Now here's Mills. He's covered by Livingston. Mills passes to Bellinelli. The 3. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. One of the most talented big men in the game, DeMarcus Cousins, talked about his maturation over time.
a player that thought he knew it all. Thought he was the best thing walking, and you know, I think I've humbled myself a lot since then. So, of course, my game has grown, my knowledge of the game has grown, my IQ, but it's just the typical thing from a rookie to, you know, a veteran.
And you know, Greg, you see it on the floor now. When Cousins keeps his emotions in check, he's a force on the floor.
And Kevin, that's the key. When he's focused on the game and not the refs, he is almost unstoppable.
And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
Bell is out there with Iguodala. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and there's Livingston, and it's McCaw in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Ginobili outside, and he banks in the layup. Ginobili's got his second basket of the night.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Livingston kicks to McCaw. Cousins with a screen on Ginobili. Inside, Pirtle with the steal. Ginobili attacking, and he uses the glass on the layup. Ginobili's got 4 this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Livingston. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
No casket drop, fresh and I got gas. Indiscriminate ball players coming all